most of you, but did you know that something interesting, which is that Amy actually achieved Blue Diamond status within 18 months part-time 20 years ago. Yeah, it's not easy. 20 over products to achieve Blue Diamond status in 18 months part-time. Plus, she was a mother of 2 baby boys at the time. So can we give her another round of applause? Okay, so Amy actually graduated from the University of Hong Kong with a bachelor degree in social sciences, and she went on to become a regional director of Barry Securities in Japan. So she really led an illustrious career. She was at the top of the game when she bumped into New Skin. And of course, her husband Gary was a top forex trader in Citibank and UBS. So this extraordinary couple, I really don't know why or what they saw, the wisdom they had to choose a platform like New Skin. If you think about it, people around you may be just like them. Would you like to hear their story and why they saw potential in a platform like New Skin? Yes? Can we please welcome on stage $5 million circle member, 2-year team executive, and 12-year team lead, Amy and Mary.
Yeah, I can't wait to share with you the world in Southeast Asia. Oh, time flies. So soon, New Skin Southeast Asia will be 20 years young. I'm slightly older than that, but only slightly. Okay. My name is Gary Lee, coming from Hong Kong. And for those of you who met me for the first time, my family and I actually lived in Singapore for over 10 years. So the first thing you should know about me is that my English is actually that good. Do we have a English to English translation today? No. Okay, and the second thing you should know about me is I'm a very lucky person. No, we are all lucky having the serendipity to bump into the New Skin business and the New Skin platform. I've been lucky since young. My father decided to move the family from Shanghai to Hong Kong just before the start of the Cultural Revolution, where they closed the door completely for the next 20 years. So I was lucky enough to be raised in a city, Hong Kong, that's full of opportunities. But when they left China, they had to leave everything behind, all the assets, all the houses, all the cash. So when we were young, life was tough. My mother has to work in hotel to help for the family revenue. So when the Tai-Tais came over for afternoon tea, she overheard that, the British colonial government, they're going to change their education policy. So all the prestigious schools is going to open 2 more classes that accept only kids from ordinary family. So immediately my mother took a day off, went to the school, and tried to get an application form. Of course, all the application forms were gone 5 minutes, right? So she refused to go, trying to make a scene. And lucky enough, the chaplain of the school walked by and she asked what happened. Well, likely he was in a good mood that day, so he just asked her, just give him the application form and asked her to go. Right? So based on exam results, I was accepted into the most blue-blooded prestigious school in Hong Kong. That was eye-opener. I've never rode in the bands. Most of my classmates, they're chauffeur-driven by Mercedes-Benz to school. So they were very curious when they find out that I actually own a student pass that allowed me 50% discount when I take a bus. So in addition to a poor way of living, I realized there's also a rich way of living. That's good. I like that. And the surest way at that time is to go into the university. And with no money going for overseas studies, my only chance was to go into Hong Kong U, which I did barely. I only received the application of the acceptance offer after the school term had started. So I missed all the orientations, all the preschool, social events, etc. So I knew nobody. But then I found the love of my life while in the university, and went on to got married at the young age of 24. A lot of people at that time told me, "Oh, getting married at 24, not a good idea. You don't have none of the 5 C's." And people just advised me that I should work a few more years, get a career first, right? And even my good friends, they're very reluctant to see me getting married because they are all single. So they said, let's have a few more years of fun first, right? One of my best friends actually went up to me and said, "Don't marry that woman, I don't like her." But isn't that's the reason why she was my wife and we are still good friends? So I went ahead and get married anyway. And lo and behold, my wife is actually the future New Skin local age-stock champion. 20 years later, yeah. And then a year later, at the age of 25, my employer of that time, Citibank, offered me a posting in Tokyo, Japan. Again, most people advise me, don't go. You just got married, so you should spend time with your family in Hong Kong. And people advise me, said, you see, all your seniors, they turn down the offer. It must not be a good job. It's going to be very tough. Most people would tell me that, what makes you think you can qualify for the job? Because I was only 25 years old with only 3 years of experience. And the job description is to go to Tokyo to expand the foreign exchange trading and to turn a loss operation into the most profitable operation in the whole of Asia. Sounds tough, right? But anyway, I did win, and the year I landed in Tokyo was the beginning of one of the biggest bubble in the history. So Nikkei went from 10 to 10,000 to 40,000. Another year went from 360 to all the way down to 80. So in 4 years' time, I was made the youngest vice president in the whole history of Citibank Japan. It could be any one of my seniors, but they all turned it down. Right? So I figured out that it's about how strong is the trend. Is it the right platform? Then even ordinary people can make it. But if it's not the right trend, it's not the right platform, then only hardworking, super smart genius can make it. So life in Tokyo at that time was good. And my wife was a stockbroker. So as financial couples, we had a great time in Japan. And then our lovely sons were born. And coupled with our failing health from long years of stressful work and the 1997 issue where Hong Kong is going to return to China, suddenly our mind shift changed. Suddenly our mindset shifted. Right? Instead of thinking, where the market is going to be in the next 30 minutes, or where our life is going to be in the next 3 months or 6 months, we started to think about a life plan for the next 30 years. Where to raise our kids, where should we go after Japan, all these issues. And we started to be open-minded to opportunities, to other platforms, apart from finance. But then, no one approached us for opportunities because they've all decided for us that we don't need to change, we are good. We are not on the name list of anyone. We write the name list Bulgarian Navy, no. They don't need. But you know what? When your desire to change is strong enough, when your signals and your frequency is strong enough, the universe will pick up the message and send the angel to appear in front of you and present you with the right opportunity. My wife went to a business trip back to Hong Kong, and on the street, she bumped into high school and university classmate, Vivian, and she said, new skin. The rest is history. Of course, a lot of people advise us, don't do that. It's crazy to do that. That includes my father-in-law, who came to me and said, tell your wife, my daughter, this is the wrong choice, this is the bad choice, this is the choice. You're going to regret for life. But then, when my wife decided to marry me, somebody actually said that to her about me. Wrong choice, bad choice. You're going to regret for life. I believe that if my wife has a good sense and sound judgment to choose me as the better half, she'll exercise the same sound judgment and to choose a lifelong business path. Right? So I choose to believe in my wife. So to my father-in-law, I said, no! It's sort of like the longest no I've said in my life. So even though I trusted my wife, I actually have absolutely no idea about the new skin business. I didn't even know such an industry exists. So when people tell me that don't do new skin, it's MLM, no good, I was wondering, what the acronym MLM stands for. Does it mean make life better? Or does it mean make lots of money? If it's only just make a lot of money, I already have a platform that makes me a lot of money. I've been doing that and doing pretty well for the last 20 years. But if it's something that stands for make life better, make life meaningful, MLM, make life meaningful, well, that sounds exciting. That sounds a lot of hard work, but that sounds like that's something I want to do in the next phase of our life, right? So that's how we started the new skin, thinking that, well, this is hard work, but something worthwhile. Okay. Today, this morning, in the interest of time, I'm going to just cut the story short. So this is the family photo, the year when we first started, and this is the family photo we took a year ago. When I decided on the new skin business, we were only thinking, we're going to make a lifetime for the next 30 years. First, we understand the new skin platform a bit more. This is actually a platform that can make a positive impact on at least 3 generations. Not only ourselves, but also for our next generation, as well as for the parents. People who don't understand new skin or look down on new skin, they're often surprised that how come the children of the new skin leaders, they always excel in all aspects of life, including education. Now imagine if you are a young boy and your parents are doing new skin and together with the business partners, uncles and aunties, they're all people with a dream, lock onto the goals, hold on to the beliefs, take massive action, and lead by example. Wouldn't you naturally pick up some of those good habits and mindsets? And so compared to the peers, I can tell you it's a walk forward. I want to share with you a story of my youngest son. 2 years ago, he went for an interview with the world's biggest law firm. So the interviewer looked through his resume and said, you've been living in a lot of countries, Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, China, Hong Kong. What do your parents do? Are they ambassadors of some countries or what? I said, no. Our parents, they do new skin. New skin, recently there's a few negative articles from this People's Daily paper in China. So what do you think? Lo and behold, the last thing my son expected when he went for interview for a lawyer job is to be asked a question on new skin. But what I second thought is that, that's a good litmus test of to what extent the distributors, the business builders truly believe in the new skin business, in the new skin platform. Those who come in for a quick buck, they will leave. Those who truly believe in the new skin platform, they will stay, and they will accept. This happens in other countries. It's a bigger issue in China just because it's a bigger market. That's why it's a bigger impact. Okay. So when he told us about what his answer, where did you get that? He said, you're always talking this over the phone to your business builder, so I just overheard it. No, he went on to get an intern as well as a job. But one thing I want to share with you is that the first golden rule about parenting is that the kids, they don't do what you tell them to do. They do what you do. Okay? So it's all a reflection and extension of yourself. And then, what can we give to our parents? The most important thing is to give them a respectful life, a respectful senior life that is healthy, that are mobile, that they can stay independent. And the most important is that they don't have to worry about the kids and the grandkids. Now imagine if Amy and myself, we stay in the finance, and the parents their health will be deteriorating as they age, but Amy and my health will be going down here even faster, and they have to start worrying about our health, and then they have to start worrying about, who will be taking care of the kids, how well they will do it. I want to share with you my father-in-law. He had a tough life. His stomach was removed, 70% of that, since 40 years old. And then he has pneumonia, he has high blood pressure, he has a low degree of depression. So he never expected himself to live long. But look at what happened to him after taking our latest age law widespread. In a few months, you can see externally that he's looking much better physically. I can tell you mentally, his mood has get so much better. So instead of scolding his daughter, every time now they have a great talk and time together. And so when my father-in-law is in great mood, my wife is happy, my wife is happy, I have a good life. And my mother-in-law, amazing, 70s, doing in the middle of the park. Okay, so here I would like to conclude my part by expressing my gratitude for two people who brought me into the music business. I'm forever grateful for them. First of all is Jason. He has a 3 master degree, Master of Business Administration, Master of Sports Nutrition, as well as a Master of Fun and Extreme Sport. He always go to me and said that we're climbing to the Mount Everest base camp. Come, would you like to join? Or we go scuba diving in the middle of the ocean. I always tell them, I'm too young for that. Maybe 10 years later. At the age of 50, he picked up a new hobby, marathon horseback riding. Well, in order to do that, when you're 50, what do you need? First of all, you need money. And then he kept a few horses in Hong Kong as well as a few horses in Europe. Now, even if you keep a dog, that costs $500 a month, right? He kept a few horses. He keeps a few horses. And of course, you need to be in very good health conditions. I always ask him, do you fall? Oh, I always fall. Imagine you fall when you're 50s about. And then you have to have time. Every time he goes on to a competition, that would take at least a week. I'm very proud of him. Last year, he represented Hong Kong in the cross-country marathon horseback riding. And then I also want to express gratitude to my first mentor in the music business, Janet Yao. She was a CFO with Canadian Hydroelectric. She quit her job, went back to Hong Kong to start the music business. 10 years ago, she got a calling, so she's now doing full-time church work since then. Not active in music, but you know what? 3 years ago, when we were recognized $5 million, she was recognized as $10 million in music This comes to show that the music business provides you with an asset that provides recurring passive income. Okay. So here, I would like to introduce my better half. I'm a very lucky person, but my wife, she's the lucky star. So she's not only lucky, but she brings luck to a lot of people. And in this game, we have over 1,200 $1 million circle members, but there's only one A-Stock global champion. So can I borrow your hand and welcome the one and only one, Amy.
Good morning.
How are you feeling? Fantastic. I'm Amy here. I am your friend. Okay. Today, at the remaining half of the session, I'm going to share with you. First, the very first fire that will start all action happening, the belief part. Because without belief, you wouldn't be starting a new course of action, right? Okay, so do you believe in the company? Well, if you don't, definitely look at our stock annual report. You might not understand, but most important thing is we are transparent, we are reliable. Anything that you or your friends don't know, just Google annual report. We're listed in New York Stock Exchange main market. And then, the product. Do you believe in the product? Yes. The product is something that will stop aging, literally. And more than that, it will make you younger. Not just younger in the look, but younger inside. Younger in health, vitality, as well as younger in the mind and younger in the mood. Because you know that when you get old, you get depressed. Do you want to be surrounded by depressing people? Do you want to be surrounded by depressed people? So that's why, for offense or defense, you must do new skin. Look at what has been happening around the world. That's because of depression. In fact, when you start to be worried about cancer, start thinking about worrying about depression. So we are out there to help the people feel better about themselves, feel better about us others, and make the world a better place. This is what Age-Lock is doing and is potentially doing more. Do you believe in the system? What is our system? Our system is global, 6 level, 5%. And what does that mean? That is a simple mathematics. Simple mathematics, meaning that in order to succeed in new skin, is not myth, M-Y-T-H, is math, M-A-T-H. Do you know about property? Do you know about buying property, going for property loan? Do you know what the bank calculates? The interest payment. That is compounding.
Compounding happens around us. So this is law of compounding. Whatever you do now, if you are consistent doing it every month, it's like your bank collecting your interest, they're consistently doing it. Surely they make double the money of your property purchase. Same here. If you keep on doing a good habit, even exercise every day a little bit, 15 minutes, surely you won't develop into a tummy. And if you start small in new skin business, little by little, every day, surely you become a millionaire. It's a given. All you need to do is remember this is a law of compounding. And then next is law of probability. Of course, whatever you do, it won't suddenly turn overnight success. And whoever you see, you will not get 100% yes. Basically, 80-20 rule applies to everything. 1 out of 5 definitely will say yes. So it depends on whether you stop at your 10th person or you let yourself continue to speak to 100 people. If you continue to speak to 100 people, surely 20 people will sign up with you. Got it? And then law of attraction. When you make yourself attractive, people will naturally come to you. You don't even need to. Never beg people to do new skin. Never beg people to use new skin product because we are so good. Whoever uses new skin products is lucky. Whoever does new skin business is the luckiest person in the world. Give yourself a round of applause. Believe in that. Believe you are the luck bearer. Believe that you are the lucky star. If I am the lucky star, I am the lucky star. I give my luck all to you, and you go ahead and give luck to many other people. Yes?
Yes.
So that's why it's no surprise at all. We have created more than $1,200 million circle members, and many more are in the making. And in fact, they are in this room. Give yourself a round of applause. So, the last part, which is the most challenging part, that is whether you have belief in yourself. You believe in me. The belief in yourself is the most important. Because everything is all set to help you succeed. The only question mark is you. Here I would like to share a few stories. The Renaissance man, Leonardo da Vinci, the world famous mastermind artist of this wonderful picture, Mona Lisa. I'm sure you know her, you know him, right? And you know this painting, isn't it? Where whichever angle you look at her, she will smile back. That is so magical about this painting. And I have been to Louvre 4 times in Paris. First, when I was courting Gary, so we went to Paris on a backpack trip, sort of staying in overnight train, and we had to elbow people in order to see this painting. And then the best trip was during the Team Elite trip to Paris, and you know how cool Nu Skin is. Nu Skin had an exclusive tour of the Louvre in Paris for 1 whole afternoon, just for 200 of us. So we had a private photo with Mona Lisa. It's like a private date with her. Isn't that cool? Yes. Would you not like to be a team elite, having all this wonderful exclusive treatment that money cannot buy? Yes? Yes. Okay. He has a very famous saying in Latin, "Saper vedere," meaning to know how to see. We tend to spoil ourselves too much to see what is right in front of us. Even though there is something that is right in front of us, you still cannot see. Many cannot see, right? So don't just trust your eyes. You see with your heart, you see with your mind, you see with your vision. You see a lot of things. That's why there is invention. Michelangelo, the Sistine Chapel, the Judgment Day, as well as the Last Supper, very famous. What did Michelangelo say? In every block of marble, I see a statue of plain as though it stood before me, shaped and perfect in attitude and action. I have only to hew away the rough walls that imprison the lovely apparition to reveal it to the other eyes to see. So when you see someone in front of you not polished, eyes a little bit scattered, but you see the real person inside, that new skin is going to shape him up and make him a better man, a better leader, and a great person influencing many other lives. Do you see that? So you see it before it's happening. That's the power of belief. The world's legendary blind athlete, Gary Cordelius. He can ski, he runs marathon, he sails, he goes mountain hiking, and when you are walking beside him, you wouldn't figure out he's totally blind, not even half blind. Do you see what he sees? He uses other senses. He very much wants to enjoy the world. So may I challenge the people in this room, are you making the best of what you have? Instead of focusing on what you don't have. Focusing on what the future will unfold to you, or keep licking the wounds of history, of your setback, or of your failure. So he continues to teach us how to see. Jack Ma Yun. Now, the most talked about tycoon, mastermind of the next generation of China wealth. Do you know, not too long ago, less than 20 years, maybe around 15 years ago, he was in a small room talking to 23 friends and relatives, telling them, sharing them how he sees internet can help China to break out from the old economy model. No one in that room, including his best friends, believed him. One stayed not beside him. Look at him now. He's the face of China Inc. And he had a lot of famous sayings that impacted lots of lives, especially the young people, to be hopeful, to have